Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is Bowser0897 here with an episode of Storytime. As such, with all these episodes going forward, these stories will be more than just myself. You too can get in on the involvement. If you have a story that's scary, sad, traumatic, inspiring, humorous, unexplainable, or anything else in between, please direct message me your story via Twitter or Discord. If you prefer to verbally tell me your story in a one-on-one interaction, please let me know also. As with such, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss any future episodes of Storytime here on the channel. Without further ado, let the story begin. You know, what other way to begin this series but by sharing one of my own stories? How I practically almost died on my 19th birthday due to some rather idiotic life choices, to say the least. First and foremost, let me just say, growing up throughout elementary school, high school, and college, I've always been, that big boy, that hefty fellow. My eating habits, consisted of high caloric meals, lots of snacks, little to probably no exercise at all, sitting around trying to get those non-existent quad feeds in Modern Warfare 2, but, and there was some issues here and there with, I guess you could say, anxiety and stuff like that, probably depression, but I never been diagnosed with any of those things, and I'm not about to blame them either. Most likely, and no, not most likely, most definitely, I was just addicted to food at the time. I just didn't want to acknowledge it. I just kept tossing it to the side like there was no big issue. However, and I mean this strongly, however, ladies and gentlemen, I need to give you guys a visual aid on how much I would actually eat in one sitting. So, here's a photo of a meal I had during lunch one day at my university. And no, I do not know why my fork was resting in the eggs like that. Do not judge me. Unfortunately, back when I was still a fat ass, physically and mentally, if I saw this much food in front of me, only one thing will be coursing through my mind at this time.
Hot diggity dog!
Yeah. I know exactly what you're thinking. How on earth can this man eat all of that in one sitting? Well, I did. I really did. So, looking at this photo, counting up all the serving sizes, I was able to get a rough estimate using MyFitnessPal and Google. This meal alone was over 1,869 calories. This was just for lunch alone. Now, that's not even including breakfast and dinner. So, I was probably taking in 3,000 to, God, hopefully not 4,000 calories a day. It was madness. It was absolute madness. It was unrealistic, unhealthy, and just absolutely disgusting. So, as you would expect, the pounds would just go up and up and up and up and up and up and up. It got to the point where I was buying 4XL tees and tops, 52 in waist. It was the most unenjoyable time of my life, but I didn't notice any repercussions of my diet. Well, nothing that was noticeable except looking like a sack of flapjacks that escaped a zoo. But, I just kept pushing everything off to the side and I just ignored everything. I just was in complete denial. I didn't want to know. I didn't want to face the issue. And I regret it to this day. But, however, things started to take a good turn. Fast forward a bit to December of 2019. It is a winter break for my college courses. I'm just at home, I'm taking it easy, not really giving a shit about anything. And not to my surprise, my family members and peers are all concerned about my weight. I would just say that, oh yeah, I'm just gonna work on it when I get back to school, but I really wasn't planning on doing that. But when they brought those concerns up, I was curious, how much did I actually weigh at the time? So I went to the bathroom, turned on the scale, got on it, waited about 6 to 7 seconds for it to get an accurate measurement, and then I saw the results. Error. It showed an error message. At the time, I was kinda confused. Most likely, I was just clouded by the real reason it said that. My mind was trying to dodge the reality of my weight issues. But I still proceeded to look up the model number of the scale to see what the weight capacity was. And to my dismay, it was 350 pounds. So without actually knowing my weight, it was most likely around 350 to 400. Hopefully not exceeding 400. But it led to a BMI of almost 45, putting me at severe obesity. And I knew that was only a construct for health issues. And to be just completely honest, I was dumbfounded. I just couldn't believe I had let myself go so far into weight issues. But I mean, if you've noticed a trend so far in the story, I just didn't act on it. I just buried it into the deepest parts of my mind. Essentially, I just wanted to slash kill at E and be done with it. Just forget I just learned all of that and just keep on living, keep on eating the same way I do, and not changing anything. But as with everything in life, sooner or later, I would get that rude awakening that I desperately needed. Anyways, let's fast forward to January 31st, 2018, the day of my 19th birthday. During this time, I was working at my campus library, nothing crazy, but it allowed me to sit in the front desk a lot. I was able to get a lot of extra work done and, just mind my own business, really. It was a really simple job. I really enjoy it. So there I am. I'm just sitting there, minding my own business, and then it hits me. This sharp, massive pain in my chest and almost in my heart. I mean, the best way I could describe it is this. It felt as if you took a piece of meat, dunked it into hot sauce, squeezed it, and then Freddy Krueger slowly caressed his knives into it. Or, in more rational terminology, it was fucking painful. Seeing the natural big guy I am, I've always had a high pain tolerance, so I'm sitting there trying to ignore it. I would get up, walk to the lobby, get some water from the water fountain, but then I would only return for it to get worse. So I'm there just out in the open, holding my chest, grinding my teeth, and closing my eyes in pain, hoping nobody was seeing this fiasco I was going. But there was this one guy reading on the other side, a few tables in front of me. He kept glancing at me. He's like, yeah, dude, there's something wrong with this guy. And then, he was sadly right. So, after 5 to 10 minutes of just me holding my chest like a weirdo, I decided to get up and go to my supervisor's office, explain what was going on, that the pain was just too unbearable to stay. And, as I'm explaining to her, I need to, get back to my dorm. I felt lightheaded. I was breathing heavily. I was looking like a dead zombie, just sweating all over the place. And before she let me go, I just collapsed on her floor. I couldn't stand or do anything. I wasn't sure if I passed out or not, and didn't feel like it, but it just felt all the energy I had was just evaporated. It felt as if time just froze, and I was just motionless. It's the best way I could describe it. After that, my supervisor calls me, tells me if I'm alright, and maybe after a minute or two, a lot of the pain subsides. I'm able to stand, muster some courage, and I just immediately head to the nurse's office. I get my blood pressure taken, everything seems normal. And then, a week passed, I get my blood checked, no issues there either. It was quite the scare. But I am more than confident what happened today was my wake-up call, and it could have been something a lot more fatal that would have ended everything right there and there. So I'm grateful. And what, you know, began after that was just a crusade of health style changes. As of right now, I exercise regularly. Diet is less in calories, more fruits and vegetables, more strength training, and I managed to drop my weight down to 280 pounds as the day of this video. But most importantly, what is the main takeaway from this? All I want to say is please take care of yourself. Watch what you put into your mouth. Just move, be rational, don't overeat, just love yourself. But that has been my story. If you guys enjoyed, please show your support, as a lot of effort went into putting this video together. Also, remember, if you have a story of your own, feel free to hit me up with it. I can read it out loud for you, or you can tell your story in a one-on-one interaction. But without further ado, I am Bowser0897, and I'll see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next one. Peace out.